What happened?
It's really funny. You see people moving very quickly. Slow down or speed up the video. It's really pretty cool looking.
Exactly what you're...
One of the most interesting things about Japanese breakfast is that you can have porridge. And it's usually made out of slowly cooked rice, which you pour into one of those bowls up there, and you can actually put different kinds of seasoning onto the rice. There are different kinds of seasoning powder. One of them has 3 kinds of seasoning, as you can see there. Over there, there's different kinds of salt mixed with different shrimp and fish. You can actually add dried salt kelp or nori, seaweed, or sardines and Japanese peppers. These are really, really small sardines. Or you can see a mixture of sea salt and sesame. So that's one thing that you actually put on. You can put larger pieces of dried seaweed nori onto it. And then here you can see that in addition to porridge, you can actually have miso soup that sometimes you put into rice or into the porridge. And you can also put chopped scallions, sea lettuce, hanabe bran, or nameko mushrooms onto it. And you can also see that there are pieces of different kinds of fish that you can put onto the rice as well. So it really makes for a savory breakfast. It's a nice contrast to Western breakfasts that you have. There's this whole medley of different kinds of pickles and cooked fish and different kinds of plums that are dried, that are sour and salty, and make for a wonderful breakfast in Japan. Here we are at the Imperial Gardens in Tokyo. It's surrounded by a moat, and there are many different gates, and we're about to go in. It's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to it, and I've never been inside, so I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. The 3 remaining guard houses of the Tokugawa Edo Castle. So there are only 3 of them, and it's quite old. And you can see it probably has been renovated. So this is actually the main guardhouse, and 100 people actually work in this guardhouse, and it's actually positioned at the very entrance of the Imperial Palace. You can see that abutting against the actual Imperial Palace is the city of Tokyo. You can actually see the gates. There are actually some newer stones and some older stones. What's relatively unique about the castle in Japan is that unlike other construction of similar walls in other castles, which use symmetrical block, you can see that they're not symmetrical, and this actually contributes to the fortitude of the walls. You can actually see different colors on the wall here. That's because some of the stones had to be replaced in 2003 to 2007 because of deterioration of the wall, because it's quite old. The 3rd surviving guardhouse. It's actually, you have to get past the first one and then the second large one to get to this one, and the highest ranking guards actually were at this position.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's right. Oh, really? I don't know. No, you have to read. Oh, here. I will show you the sign. I just took the picture.
This is the concert hall in the middle of the Imperial Garden. It was actually built as a memorial to the mother of Emperor Hirohito. And there is a orchestra that's composed of distinguished graduates of Japan's major conservatories and universities that perform in this concert hall regularly. Massive group of stones and blocks. It's actually the base of what was going to be the main tower, but it was stopped for a number of reasons. The main reason being that this group, shogunate, felt that there was no longer a threat, and that their position was secure, and so they didn't have to finish creating a three-story tower to protect the grounds. And so this is just the base of what would have been a three-section main tower to really protect this place within the middle of Tokyo. But it's really a good vantage point to see the rest of the Imperial Gardens. Now you can see that we're actually at the top of what would have been the base of a very, very high tower, from which you can actually look into the Imperial Gardens and get a really wonderful view of it in relation to what is now modern-day Tokyo. So you can actually see the concert hall that was built for Hirohito's mother. And behind it you can see some of the skyscrapers of Tokyo. So here's the base of what would have been a large tower, never built. And you can see the concert hall. You can see some other buildings and grounds of the palace. And then you can see part of downtown Tokyo rising on the periphery of the Imperial Gardens. We're about to go on the subway. The first time I've been on the subway in this actual trip. I'm looking forward to it. The Otemache station, I almost went down the wrong side. That would have been a disaster. And here we go.
Okay, let's take.
Here we are in the Japanese subway in the Marunouchi line. It's rather complicated. Not exactly sure where we're going, and I hope I don't get lost, but certainly it's very interesting down here.
alcohol. But this one is more, yeah, like it has a little
Very
bit
good
of
smell.
but not all the time. Sometimes no smell, sometimes. But these ones they sold, I think, for kids. I don't know. You know, I'm sorry. I actually have a present for you, but I will give it to you Friday.
Hi. Sandra, let's order something. What? Thank you. So,
This is a typical school in Tokyo, and you can see that in preparation for the May 5th Children's Day, they did a typical koi nobori. You saw them in my vlog yesterday. These are very large koi made of cloth that are meant to celebrate the children. This is Ginza at night. It's absolutely beautiful. The buildings are gorgeous, and you can tell that's a pretty nice area. People are impeccably dressed. It's a very famous sushi place. Looking forward to having some fresh sushi. Yeah.